Hi guys, welcome back to the Remo save. I did record earlier, but I haven't been feeling well since this morning. I've had diarrhea all day, and I know what it is. It's some I had from Subway, some sweet corn they gave me, because I can obviously see the sweet corn in the toilet. I feel better now. I looked online to see how you get rid of it months ago, and I've set a lot of bananas, and bananas just stops the bowels from you having diarrhea over time. I've ate like 5 to 10 bananas, so I feel better now, so that's why I'm recording. But I won 2-0 against them. So the games we're playing today is Brusco, Vitoria and Goiás. But next week we will be on to next season, which I'm very excited for, because then I can finally get some good players in this team permanently, because of Vitinho, Rodriguez, Zuccolini, Banegas and Grandal are all loans, so you know I just got them to help me out for the season, and in my opinion it has. You know, we're mid-table without them loans, and if I kept the players as it is, I think we'd be lower, to be honest. So I think the loans have worked really well, and I would recommend to anyone, if you do have a small wage budget but a decent amount, a couple of million on the transfer, bring in some good loan players for the whole season to help you, because them players, what I've just showed you, has helped me a lot with this team. So yeah, definitely recommend you to do that. I'm gonna record 2 today, because I'm going to cinemas tomorrow to see The Black Widow. I'm going to be out literally all day, so instead of coming home tired tomorrow, I'm going to I'm just going to record after this episode and then release it tomorrow, the second one. So a foul, and in case he got the ball, so I'm surprised that's a foul. Alright, I'll take it, but a poor ref decision, because that weren't a foul. He got the ball, it was a good tackle, to be fair. Who's the best free kick taker? Oh, Uala is. Alright, let's give it Uala. Blocks it. Oh yeah, Alguersuari scored both goals against the team who I played earlier, because I did click record, but how bad my stomach was, I thought I could be going toilet any time, so I just finished it, paused it, finished it, and then just saved it. But I feel a lot better now. But here's Mumpin, crosses it in. He's Manuel, what can he do? Passes to Banegas, to Alguersuari. Oh no, Sousa's through. Good tackle by Grandal. Really good tackle. He saved us from possibly from conceding them. He's Manuel to Zuccolini, to Nagoa, to Mumpin. And back to what I was saying yesterday about like who people think like the goats of football. I only think Maradona because of clips I've seen online and what he did for Argentina, you know, was just unbelievable. And it's just my opinion, I don't think Messi and Ronaldo would do the things what Maradona did, like holding off 3 defenders around him, kicking his legs. I think they'd go down crying like babies, to be honest, both of them. Ronaldo's got better at that now, the last few years, but when he was at United, he was always faking shit when people got a good tackle on him just to get a foul. Here's Uela. So I see why people think Messi and Ronaldo are the best ever. They're definitely goal per ratio, and 30-40 goals a season proves that. But in my opinion, the best players in the world are in the World Cup. Best defenders, attackers, strikers. Ooh. And yes, Europe, you do have like all the best players, but in the world, national wise, all the best players are there. And not just that, the defences in Maradona's day was a lot tougher, it was a lot more physical, the pitches weren't very good, and I personally don't think Ronaldo and Messi would be as good then as they are now with them conditions and how the game was then. But all three definitely have a claim to be one of the greatest, but in my opinion Maradona is, because he won Argentina the World Cup, the biggest competition in world football. Messi and Ronaldo haven't done that yet. So that's just my opinion. And that's the thing, I didn't see Maradona in his prime, but from clips I've seen and from stuff he's done, I just think he's the best I've ever seen. And there's people near that, but even with all three, I didn't see Maradona at the time. Ronaldo's a great player, but I just don't connect to him like I have with other players, you know. And I've never seen much of Messi because he's always played in Spain. There was one time when I did watch La Liga, and it was around 10 years ago for a couple of seasons. They used to have this really interesting guy. This really interesting guy who used to like cover the whole league from bottom to top, and he was a great presenter. I really liked him. He don't do it no more, but he really got me into La Liga at one point. And take him off for Penna. Give Penna some game time. Yeah. So yes, I did watch it a lot at one time, but now because I don't have access, or I just keep forgetting to watch it, I don't see Messi and Ronaldo much. I don't watch Serie A. I know it's one of the best leagues in the world, but I don't watch Serie A, so I don't see Ronaldo. I haven't seen Ronaldo regularly since he was at United, so, and even then I weren't a massive fan of him. He is a brilliant player, I'll never deny that, but I think he's an arrogant prick, and I just don't connect to him. I don't connect to him like I did with Thierry Henry. He was my guy. I literally watched Arsenal all the time just to see him. I adored him. He was my legend. You know, he still is my favourite of all time. Yes, statistic-wise, Messi and Ronaldo are better. They've scored more goals, but who did I have a bigger connection to? Thierry Henry all the way. I just did. And he is my favourite ever player from who I've experienced since I've been a football fan. And there was an interesting discussion on a podcast I was listening to. They were covering the England and Denmark game, and they were talking about the best players ever, and they said similar to what I was saying, that yes, Maradona should be considered up there. And that's scary, man, because he was that great when he was doing drugs. he was off his head a lot. Imagine if he was fully fit, fully focused, stayed off drugs, trained all the time, for God's sake, he would have been even better to what he was. And if that was the case, I don't think anyone would have been in his league. Personally, I do think Messi, Ronaldo and Maradona are a bit better than Thierry Henry. They scored more goals and that. But I had a bigger connection to Henry, to what I ever have with Messi and Ronaldo. I'd have. Arsenal were literally my second team by default because of Thierry Henry. You know, I loved him so much. He was a phenomenal player. And my favourite goal from him is that, you know, that goal he scored against United, where he flipped it up, turned round from like 35 yards and smacked it. It was a brilliant goal, one of the best goals I've ever seen. And in my opinion, people might disagree, but I haven't seen a goal from Messi and Ronaldo what's better than that, in my opinion. There might be one out there, but from what I've seen, I ain't seen a goal better than what that Henry goal was. It's definitely one of my favourite goals of all time. Go on. Oh, for God's sake. We just need to try and get back into this. So, yeah, but Thierry Henry's definitely probably my favourite ever player who I've seen while I've been a football fan. Do I think Maradona, Messi and Ronaldo's better? They probably are. But I just had a bigger connection to Henry. And when he left to go to Barcelona, I was gutted as a youngster. Because I was only about 15, coming on to 16. I think it was the year I was leaving school. So I'm 29 now. And yeah, I was gutted when he left Arsenal, because then I couldn't see him no more. Because I didn't have Sky Sports. I didn't have access to La Liga. So I was gutted when he left Arsenal. But probably the three players who I've connected to the most since being a football fan, because I've started watching football since 2002, but I really got into it in 2003, because believe it or not, I weren't actually a football fan when I was younger. I just couldn't get into it. It just weren't for me at the time. And how I got into it, my dad used to keep taking me to the Cov games, because I support Coventry City, and he took me to the games, and then it grew on me. The atmosphere, joining in, booing players, cheering, the songs. It's grew on me a lot over time, and then I became a football fan over time. Now I'm a massive fan of it. But from then to now, the three most players who I had a bigger connection to is Thierry Henry, Frank Lampard. I adored him. I used to always watch Chelsea just to see him. And Gareth Bale, when he was at Spurs for them last 2 seasons, I thought he was world class. He literally got Spurs into that top 4. Without him, they wouldn't have got to the top 4 spot. They just wouldn't have. So they're my favourite players of all time, who I've had a bigger connection to. And that's what they were talking about last night, the podcast I heard. You know, they said, yes, Maradona has one of the claims to be the greatest ever, and I think personally he is, from the reason I said earlier. But to people who they've seen since being a fan, they think Messi and Ronaldo are the best. And they are in the top 3 of all time. And I would probably put Henry probably after them 3, a bit after them 3. I will definitely say Thierry Henry's the best striker in Premier League history. The nearest to him is probably Alan Shearer, Sergio Aguero, he was better than Rooney ever was. But Rooney on his day was a great player. He was a great player on his day, I won't deny that. But I don't know, I just don't think he reached his full potential to what everyone thought he was going to be. You know, when he first came on the scene and he was a really bright youngster and how well he played in Euro 2004. I just don't think he became as good as what people thought he was going to be. But don't get me wrong, on his day, he was a great player, could score goals, tackle, but I still don't think he was in the league of the likes of Ronaldo, Messi, Henry, Maradona. I just don't. That's just my opinion. But yeah, they were discussing it, and I see where they're coming from. They didn't experience Maradona, you know, so yeah, I can understand that. I didn't, but I still think he's the best ever. You know, to do that well and to win your nation the World Cup. You know, when it was a much tougher game then to what it is now. It's pretty much a non-contact sport now. If you touch someone's leg, they go down crying and it's a foul. Well, not even the leg, but even a little touch like the penalty last night. He just had a little touch to him, and then it was a penalty, like by his waist, by his side. He knocked him over, but I thought this ain't happening today, is it? But in my opinion, when I first saw that, I thought that ain't a penalty because he didn't even have contact with him. And then when they zoomed in, he got a bit of contact, the slightest, and it was a penalty. But I know Simon Jordan from TalkSport, he don't think it was a penalty. But yeah, if you want to like put on the comments who you think's the greatest after you see this, and let me know who you think the greatest is. Who did you have a big connection to? For me, my biggest connection since I've been a fan is Thierry Henry and Frank Lampard. I adored them, I watched them all the time, and I used to just watch Chelsea and Arsenal just to see them, you know. Then the same for Gareth Bale with Spurs, but yeah. They're my favourite players of all time. I would also say Steven Gerrard's one of the best midfielders of all time. Probably overall, Gerrard's a better player than Lampard because he could tackle. He literally came back and got Liverpool to win the Champions League. So Gerrard's definitely up there as well. Probably Liverpool's greatest ever player. I don't think Liverpool's had a better player than him. And he's doing really well at Rangers. He took them quite decently in the Europa League. And, you know what? I know people think he will go Liverpool. This just ain't happening, is it? I know people think he will go Liverpool after Rangers. After Southgate's finished with England, and I don't agree with some of the tactics he does and players who he plays at starting lineups. Like, I wouldn't start Sterling, I'd start Foden, Grealish, then maybe Mount or Sancho, just behind Kane. But I can't deny he's done really well for England. He's took us to one semi-final, one final, and even though a lot of people, you know, thought Bobby Robson was one of the best managers, but on paper, getting us to a semi-final and then a final of the Euro 2020. You know, this is our first final since '66, so you know, it's a great achievement to get to the final, and I'm very happy we're there. As I said in the first video before I cut it, because I just weren't feeling good at all, I think Italy will win. I just think they're a better team, they play better as a team, and I think they will do us in. Not by much, I just think they will win. But to get there is a great achievement, and I can't wait for Sunday's match. But I don't think we're beating them, to be honest. I think they're gonna beat us, for the reasons I just gave. But yeah, let's see what happens. But yeah, let me know who you think's the greatest ever, who you had the biggest connection to, top three. Obviously mine's probably Lampard, Henry, Lampard and Bale. I'll tell you one player who I really liked at the time was, you know, Villarreal's Riquelme. He was great. I thought he was a fantastic player. He was one of my favourites when I was younger as well. But Henry was my favourite. He was just phenomenal, and I really liked how Arsenal played football. I think Arsenal played some amazing football, just great passing, moving, just amazing. My favourite teams to watch since I've been a fan of football in the Premiership is probably Arsenal, the Invincibles, and probably Man City from the last few seasons. They both played some amazing football. And why I haven't had a lot of favourite player the last few years is because I started to lose interest in football. I still followed my country and club, but I just lost some interest. I just didn't enjoy it as much as I did, and I actually did stop watching Match of the Day for about 5 years, to be fair. I only just got back into it last year because of COVID, and I just missed going to the matches, and I just can't wait for the season to begin, to start going to games again. And I just started watching Match of the Day again, and now I'm back in love with it. And I think it does help that my club's got a couple promotions the last 4 years. England's got to the final of a major tournament, so I think that's one of the main reasons why I've found my love for football again, is because my country and club's done really well the last few years, and it's got me a lot more into it to what I was before. But it's just not happening, is it? This episode's been very frustrating, but I have really enjoyed talking about like the best players ever and that, so let me know. I'm very intrigued to see what people will say. But I can 100% see why people think Messi and Ronaldo. Statistics do back it up. At least get it on target, mate. At least get it on target, for God's sake. But yeah. But as I've said personally, I don't have a massive connection to Messi and Ronaldo. I just don't. I see why they're the best ever, but I just enjoyed watching Thierry Henry and Lampard more. I just had a bigger connection to them, to what I do with Messi and Ronaldo. I think a big reason to why I don't love Messi and Ronaldo say as much as Thierry Henry back in the day is because I don't see them. I don't watch La Liga because I don't have the channel for it. I don't watch Serie A because I don't have the channel for it, where Messi and Ronaldo both are at the moment. Well, Messi might be at Barcelona because he's not renewed his contract. So that's weird. I win a game when I'm playing offline, then I've lost 2 on the bounce. Now we're 12th. Oh, I just want us to finish above 11th to 10th. because I think I said top half of the table, and I want us to get that season objective bonus just to get more money, you know. I just want us to get as much money as we can to get that wage budget up, because at the minute we're only on 10 grand, and at the moment we'll probably only get like 2 good players for next season with that. Look, it's just, we need it a lot higher. I want it around to 70,000 to 100,000. Then I can bring in some really good players then. But yeah, I just can't wait for the season to start. I'm a bigger club football fan than national, but I admit I have really enjoyed the Euros though. It's been a really good tournament, and England's done great to get where they are. So yeah. Let's quickly see how much we got. Probably a couple of grand. Ah! 5,000. Decent. Because of the gate receipts. How much gate receipts do we actually get? 6 million. We get a very small amount. We're getting 6 million. Nearly on to 7 million. And we're only getting 10,000 added onto our wage budget. That's not much, but yeah, we got quite a bit this month. Our gate receipts must be getting up. Alright, let's get to the last match. Hopefully we get a result, because the last 2 matches it just hasn't worked out. I want us to end on a good note for this season, but yeah, the aim's just to finish as high as we possibly can. I think pretty much that top 4 spot's secured now, with all the other teams, so let's get to it then. So yeah. But yeah, I've been really enjoying this save. It's been a good challenge. I know it's not on like the hardest level, because I'm not great at the game. I'm alright at it. At best, I'd say I'm pretty good at it on my day, but you know, I'm not that good on it. You know, I'm not great. So the level I'm on's hard enough for me. I've tried top player. Oh, what a goal by Uella! He's our top goal scorer now. 6 goals. 6 goals already this season. He's got more than what Rodriguez has now. 6 goals for us, so he's a bargain. He's a bargain, he is. Great player. He's going to be a massive part of our long-term project here. The only way he's going is if someone pays his release fee, because I ain't selling him. With how good he is, 77 shooting, passing, crossing at 20, between 70 to 80. We're not going to get much better than him. Probably the only players what would be better than him is like Messi just beyond the strikers, or some other, but they're established players, not really young. I think he's definitely probably the best young player we've got on the game. He's Manuel to Uella. Oh, Uella loses it. They're on the counter attack now. Good tackle by Grandor. What is that? What the hell was that? That was dreadful. That was really bad. That was just... Close him down. Why didn't you close him down? It was a good goal by him. It was a really good goal. I just can't wait for next season. Get some really good players in this team, because this team's hard to play with, you know. But I'm gonna keep going, you know. I'm not gonna quit. You know, it's a long-term project what I'm very determined to complete before PES 22 comes out. Which I heard they're gonna have announcement July 26th, so I'm looking forward to seeing what that announcement is. So yeah. I just hope they just improve Master League, because I don't really care about the other modes, because I don't play them. Al-Ghassouri, he's chipped in with some goals this season as well, Al-Ghassouri. Here's Uela, to Vitinho, to Rodriguez, or puts it through to Al-Ghassouri, clears it. But it's been an open match. We've had more possession than them. Let's put him off for Weaverson. Our team spirit's a lot better. 85 now. That's pretty good. So, yeah, we're starting to play better. We're just too inconsistent. We're just way too inconsistent. For us to get promotion next season, we need to be a lot more consistent. We can't keep doing this win 1, lose 3, win 2, lose 2. We need to be consistent. We need to lose probably 2 to 3 all season and go on winning streaks to claim that top 4 spot, or even first to win a trophy, the league title, you know. Then more prize money for the season after. But that's the objective next season's, to challenge for the promotion spots. Good goal by Rodriguez. Or is it an own goal? Because it did bounce off someone, come off someone. But yeah, our top goal scorers now is Rodriguez and Uela. And both of them have been really key signings for us. Without them, man, I wouldn't want to imagine where we'd be. Man, we'd be right at the bottom, because their goals is, and everyone else's goals, but them two mainly got us like mid-table, you know. So this team's done well to get to mid-table, and I want us to build on from that next season, and hopefully we can with the good players we bring in. So I'm very intrigued to see what our budget will be. He's Weaverson. Just cleared it. Vitinho. Oh, poor pass. He looks shattered as it goes. Let's give Penna some game time. Oh no. Oh! God, that scared me there. Just clear it. Yeah, they've been a tough opposition. So let's just try and nick one more goal. Here's Rodriguez. Nearly flipped it onto Penna. Here's Piero to Uela. Uela to Weaverson. To Piero. That's a foul. He didn't get the ball. To Piero. Yeah, we just need to grind this out now. As soon as we get the ball, we're just keeping it, like England did. They did really well to keep hold of the ball towards the end of the match. Let's just keep hold of it. Get these 3 points in the bag. Switch it to him. There you go, good result. Oh, I'm glad this has ended because my stomach's starting to not feel good again, so yeah. Good result. Shame we couldn't get a result in the other two matches. So yeah, we won. So we have 4 more games left till the end of the season. So we're 10th. And it seems that top 4 spot's secured. Gariani, Goaz, Cruzario and Di Gama. The other teams probably won't reach it unless the other 4 start slipping up. So the highest we can finish this season, if we say win all our games from now to then, is probably highest, maybe 5th. But as long as we're between there to 6th, I'll be very, very happy with that. Because, yeah. But I hope you enjoyed the episode and my discussion of the greatest players and who my favourite players were growing up. We're rejecting that. We're staying here, as I've said previously. But thanks for watching. Really appreciate it. Really, really appreciate whoever watches it. Spread the word. Like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. See you again tomorrow. Bye.